Like without a doubt, I've had more alcohol in a month than I've had water in my body in a month. That has held me back from showing up in ways that I could have. It has to.
So the husband, he's the doctor of the household. So he has to take care of himself so he could be the right leader for everyone in the household. So you can't be out here eating fast food, expecting to think straight.
How important is it for a man to educate himself so that he can have an effect on how his family moves?
I have seen a dad, he was obese, and his son became obese too.
How could you influence your child to make the same decisions that you've made, knowing you don't even feel safe in your own body?
You know you don't feel good, and you're gonna do it to them. That's bad parenting.
That's bad parent. What's the holistic substitute to the honey pack?
She not satisfied, but you satisfied. Something is wrong. High cholesterol, heart disease. These things contribute to ED.
Certain foods don't make it easier for you to fight the lustful temptation to indulge in pornography.
Masturbating is a form of abortion. It's the same act. It's just not marketed that way.
Welcome back to the Halfway Up podcast, and I call it Halfway Up because you'll never finish rising. And listen, man, this is about the fastest time I done had somebody who been on the show back on the show. My good friend Giovanni, I haven't known him for a long time, but in the limited amount of time that we've known each other, I feel like what he's doing with his life and his life's purpose resonates very close to mine. And he could talk about health, and he could talk about just vitality and just like this holistic way of living in a way that I just can't speak to it. So that's why I had to have him back on the show. And the first episode was great. It was really good. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. The clips did absolutely amazing. We got a clip that did like 300,000, another one that did like 126,000 or something like that. So clearly the people like it. And, listen, we got more to say. We got more to say. So without further ado, my good friend Giovanni, how you doing, bro?
Hey, man, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Thank God for another day. Thank you for bringing me on to your podcast. And, just go out there and make an impact because the world is sick, right? Physically, the world is very sick.
It's a sick world we live in.
So we have to, my mission here is to tell people that, hey, invest in health now so later on you don't have to invest in hospital bills.
Yeah.
Just make sure that the food on your plate don't cause you to be 6 feet under.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, man. And I want to give a shout out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And thank him for blessing us with another day. And let's be used as a vessel, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we're going to talk about today, today's conversation is going to be a little bit different from the last one. Still going to be health related. Still going to be talking about what people can do to feel more comfortable within their bodies. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like, don't nothing make you call the hospital or call Jesus faster than when you're feeling uncomfortable in your body. You know what I mean? From don't nothing. You know what I mean? This episode going to be very similar to the first one in that way, but specifically the focus for this episode is we talking about foods that help with leadership. Foods that help men be who they were called to be. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't think men really, well, just certain people, but specifically this episode is for the men. Ladies, you can listen to, get your popcorn, you know what I mean? Sit back, send this to your man if you haven't already, you know what I mean? Because this is going to be for him. But like, I think people are very, they're not aware of how food dictates all of what you do. Your thoughts, how you sleep, how you show up, what you say, what you don't say, you know what I'm saying? Like food is like the first step to all of that. And so I got a couple things that I want to talk to you about. I want to get your opinion on. It might be a little controversial, you know what I mean? But I think it's real, and I think it's things that people need to think about. How you feel about that?
I feel good. I feel really good.
All right, so we're going to cover a lot of different things, but one thing I don't think men think about when it comes to leadership, it's difficult to be a leader when you're not putting the right foods in your body. Because when you not putting the right foods in your body, that usually means that you don't have a lot of patience, and you can't have a successful relationship with any woman that you love if you do not have patience for her. You know what I'm saying? So from your opinion, I want to ask you, how does having a lack of discipline in what you choose to eat show up in how you conduct yourself when you're dealing with your girl?
Okay. You're gonna hear me refer to Saint as husband because I believe in the divine order that God created on earth, right? Between husband and wife. So the husband, he's the doctor of the household. So he has to take care of himself so he could be the right leader for everyone in the household, right? So if he's not able to lead based off what goes into his mouth, he's not going to be able to function correctly. For instance, right? We know that there are food that has bioengineered ingredients, which is able to corrupt the mind and disrupt your mood, right? So you can't be out here eating fast food, expecting to think straight. You can't be out here drinking sugary drinks, knowing that you can't be able to think straight. Because all these foods is just like, it's just to give you instant satisfaction, right? But how are you able to lead your household in the right mindset?
Because some people might argue, okay, but I'm eating a burger, that's protein, right? And like you need protein. You know what I mean? But it's like people not understanding it's not just protein. It's so much deeper than that. And that's the part I want people to leave understanding. Like,
so I'm gonna give you an example of a certain chemical that messes up the mind, and it's a neurotoxin. It's called MSG, right? And that causes you to decline in cognitive skills over time. And it's a food enhancer, meaning when they add MSG, like certain Asian restaurants, you can ask, hey, do you guys use MSG? Don't eat from that place, because it causes your brain to want more. But then the more you eat, remember, like I said, your small intestines absorb the nutrients from whatever you're eating, and they put it into your bloodstream. Your body don't know, hey, what you're eating, if it's wrong or right. You supposed to know. You supposed to control it. But by you doing that, it's putting all them toxins to the body. And where does blood flow throughout the whole body?
Through the veins, through the heart.
Through the veins, the heart, and every organ thereof. That's why your organs is able to function, because of blood. So it's like a domino effect over time. Over time. But don't take over time as moderation. You have to know what actual food is.
But what is MSG exactly, though?
MSG is a food enhancer, right? So they use it in certain foods to intensify the taste, so your brain can want more.
So it's not like salt?
No.
Okay.
No. It's more like of how would I explain it? I don't know, explain the
which fast food industries use MSG the most?
Oh, Asian restaurants, Chinese restaurants, Chinese.
Yeah. And living in New York, like Chinese food is like a delicacy here. You know what I mean? That's just part, and it's affordable food.
But don't take my word for it. Not all.
Not all.
You can ask.
You can ask them.
You can ask.
But I'm pretty sure
it's not illegal. You can ask.
I'm pretty sure many of them do. You know what I mean? A lot of these hole in the wall spots where you can just go in and get you a little plate or something for like $10, they probably using MSG.
Yeah.
And then you're not even understanding like why after you eat, you feel a little tired, you feel like you got a little headache, you feel like
you can't function.
You don't feel as motivated, you know what I mean? Because your energy has been changed. You know what I mean? Your energy been changed by something from the outside coming in. And a lot of the time it's like, that's how we lose. We defeat ourselves by willingly allowing something to come from the outside from coming in, when we got a choice. I mean, but not knowing that these things got, just like money, like when you treat your money smart, you put your money in a bank account where it gets compound interest. It builds a little over time. So maybe right now in that moment, it's like, okay, cool, become a millionaire, you know what I mean? But 5 years, couple years, it's just what you're doing to your body, you know what I mean? Time is going on, and it's like, well, look at the effects. You can either have compound interest, and that go both ways. You can either have compound interest going for you in your benefit, or it's making you worse.
Yes.
Because time gonna pass.
Yes.
God willing, you know what I mean? 5 years gonna pass, but one person gonna look better, one person gonna feel worse.
Anything that's poison to the body, it affects the mind in different parts of the body. For instance, alcohol, right? I had an uncle named Uncle Lunny. He had 5 strokes. That's a lot. That means numerous amount of times blood clot has gone to a certain part of your brain 5 times. That's what a stroke is, right? So he used to love Heineken. They used to call him Heineken, right? And Heineken is a beer. It spikes your blood sugar levels, right? It can raise your blood pressure. That's what alcohol does. And what happens when someone is intoxicated? They can't really think. They can't really move, right? But it's crazy enough that, with that being said, it's the same thing with food as well. Like, for instance, I remember one time I went to a vegan spot and I had a vegan cookie there. I don't know what sweetener they use, but when I ate it, my head was feeling foggy. Neurotoxin, refined sugars. It affect the brain. Refined sugars is brown sugar, white sugar. Yeah, it affects the brain.
A lot of people
So it's crazy. You don't have to get drunk to affect your brain. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
You don't have to get drunk to affect the brain. Not only is by what you eat as well.
See, that's a whole nother thing. Like, there's the food, and then it's also just the drinking. You know what I mean? And not understanding that you having like a night where you damn near almost close to blacking out. Like, you done had you 7 shots of Don Julio. You done had you a couple different drinks. You got Henny and lemonade. You got whatever your thing is. You know what I mean? And not understanding that these things also stay in your blood for a long, stays in your body. So then you might be having a little misunderstanding with your shorty, and you realize it's like you got less patience. You can't really be the loving person because you love her. You know what I'm saying? But it's harder for you to show up in that way because you can't give something you don't have. And the things that you put into your body over the previous night or the last previous couple of days, it's like it's still showing up. Like, you ate the food Wednesday and you feeling like it's done. It's a thing of the past. It doesn't exist anymore. And I understand that it's still having a domino effect on how you showing up.
Inside.
You get what I'm saying?
Inside of you.
Yeah.
Inside of you. We're made up of trillions of cells. Without cells, we don't exist. Right? And what I mean by that, God created cells, right? And there's for a reason in your body. Everything is to the cellular level when it comes to illnesses. If you have bad cells in your body, that's where your immune system get weakened, and that's how chronic illnesses come into your body. So you're fueling your cells the wrong things. That's why people are getting sick. We don't see that because cells is very tiny, so we don't really see that. But you can actually see the aftermath over time. But we don't want to go into the aftermath.
Nah, you never do. And again, this is why I think this episode was important, because we're talking about foods that affect your leadership. You know what I mean? Understanding as a man, it's difficult if you have an aspiration to be a leader, it's difficult to lead when you're not putting in the right things in your body to make you feel called to rise to that position. You know what I mean? Because it's a special thing to be in leadership. That's something you got to earn. You know what I mean? You can't just walk into any woman's life and be like, yeah, do what I ask you to do and listen to me, trust in all the things that I do. And it's like, well, based off of what though? You know what I mean? You can't even be in your greatest form when you're not putting great things inside of your body. It almost don't make sense. It's like, how can you get great out when you're not putting great in? Like, we as human beings, we so dope that it's like, sure, you can do great things in life, but why make it harder on yourself when you don't have to? You get what I'm saying? It's like, there are times in my life where I've had more alcohol in a month than I've had water in my body in a month. Like, without a doubt, that has showed up in some type of way where I couldn't. Without a doubt, that has held me back from showing up in ways that I could have. It has to. You know what I mean? And a lot of time you don't even. It's like when you get the itis. Like, you think that's normal. You think that's normal when you get the itis. Like, you eat a bunch of food and then you sleepy, you lethargic, you got low energy.
Your eyes watery.
You just don't feel excited for life. And you probably got a whole day left over. Imagine you having a big meal before 1 p.m. and then you already ready to sit down for like now you got to wait for the next 3-4 hours for you to get back to a place of feeling normal. And then what we do once we get back to feeling normal though, we eat something else, put us right back in that state.
And that's the problem. You see, the thing is, when you're eating, you're supposed to eat for nourishment for your body, to give it what it need. It's simple, bro. If I drink coconut water, my body's gonna get electrolytes.
That's a fact.
Meaning I'm gonna get the energy I need. I'm gonna be hydrated. If I eat this papaya, I'm gonna have bowel movements.
That's a fact.
I'm helping my stomach to do the job, to be able to push the food out.
Dragon fruit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
If I eat dragon fruit, I'm helping my immune system to be enhanced.
That's a fact.
If I'm eating mangoes over time, it's gonna help with my skin health.
That's a fact.
But imagine doing the opposite. You ever seen somebody with severe acne? That means that their blood health is poor. It's clogged with a lot of toxins, a lot of inflammation from what they've been eating over time, and that can be a cause of dairy.
Oh, dairy. More often than not, dairy. Listen, if you're wondering why it's hard for you to get rid of your acne, check the dairy. Check that dairy.
Yeah.
And your water intake, but check that dairy. If you're dealing with acne, you take dairy out of your flow, you're gonna realize, yeah, it's not so many bumps and stuff gonna be popping up. You know what I mean? I don't know why dairy does that.
All right, so that's a good question, bro. So it has a hormone in there, in the milk called GF1, if I'm not mistaken. And that hormone is similar to the hormone in the calf of the cow, right? And when we ingest that, it causes triggers, breakouts into our skin, or sometimes eczema, right? And eczema is a no-go. That's basically dairy coming out of your skin. Right, yeah. And you've seen children with it too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Their parents giving them dairy.
Yeah.
Their parents giving them dairy. Like being, I just have to say this. Walking around, breathing and talking doesn't mean that you're healthy, bro. For real, honestly. Like, all the information that you can tell people about health, they'd be like, oh, I'm good. I use the bathroom. Why would I need a colon cleanse? Your colon is probably backed up.
Don't even know it.
You don't even know it. And sometimes telling people the health benefits of what they need in their body is for you to take every day to enhance your body. Like people take care of their cars, people take care of their shoes, people make sure they put on the flyest gear. They make sure that their dog is healthy, but they're not.
You know what I want to say, bro? I want to tell people, check your normal. Check your normal, because what's normal to you could actually be bad. When you think about it, it's like you think you good because feeling like this is normal to you. Not understanding that like you actually don't feel that good for real, but that's all you know because that's all you've been given. And again, that's why it's important for men. Like when you think about the men, first of all, men and women lead together, right? But when you think about the man, you think about him being the leader of his house, right? It's like, bruh, you could have a child that got, my man just said, eczema is dairy coming out of the skin. So if you have a young child, and they're dealing with eczema, your baby's body is already reacting to something that's not
supposed to be in them.
It's not supposed to be in them. And it's like, nobody should be judged for what, ignorance is bliss, but they also say ignorance is no excuse of the law at the same time. So it's important for you to educate yourself and empower yourself and enlighten yourself, because it trickles down to the rest of your family. You know what I mean? It's like, maybe me and you, we grew up and we was having dairy, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Or a lot of people grew up having dairy.
Bro, with Frosted Flakes, bro, I used to hit, bro.
All that shit. I was rocking with all that. Fruity Pebbles, all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's okay, because we turned out to be all right, but that doesn't mean we can be better for our kids, though. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's not to judge you, but it is to say, like, the quicker you get, bro, when they say knowledge is power, that's real. You know what I mean? Because the more you know, the more you can do. You get what I'm saying? So it's important that you understand that, like, for a man who aspires to be in a leadership position, whether you have the family now or for the family to come, understanding, like, look how these things trickle down. Like, because you're not aware of how toxic dairy is in the body, it is affecting your child. Bro, and this leads perfectly into my next question, because it's like, you not aware that the foods that y'all eating casually is affecting the whole family. Maybe the whole vibration of the family is down. Like, maybe you don't understand why your girl got an attitude all the time, or why certain things set her off or trigger her off, and not understanding is because the foods that y'all are putting in your body, that y'all either cooking in the house or that y'all getting from outside of the house, is not giving us the permission to be our best selves. And that kind of leads right into the next thing I want to talk about, is how important is it for a man to educate himself so that he can have an effect on how his family moves?
First thing you have to realize, okay, this is not my body. My body belongs to God and he created it. So by me taking care of the temple, it's showing that I'm honoring God, right? Which he gave me to steward. The first thing a man needs to do is study the organs in his body and figure out, how can I steward this well? Because remember, the body was created to what? To protect itself. So first of all, is look inside your kitchen cabinets and be like, okay, look inside your fridge, look inside your freezer, and know, okay, what foods I can incorporate in my household so that my family won't die before their time due to food. So for instance, if you know that in your family, people have passed away from diabetes, strokes, cancer, again, find out what are the foods that you can use to prevent those things. For instance, if I know that high blood pressure runs in my family, sorry. If I know that there's people in my family that dealt with high blood pressure, right?
Sure. Yeah.
This is not a genetic thing. This is a lifestyle thing.
Yeah, it run in the family because y'all making the same lifestyle choices.
Exactly.
That's why I run in the family.
Diabetes, that camera is on me. Diabetes, Cancer, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, obesity is not a genetic thing. It's a lifestyle thing. So if you know as a man, right, who's about to become a husband, or if you're a husband already, and you know there's people in your family who are dealing with high blood pressure, you should incorporate the foods in your household that would cause them to have healthy blood flow. Because high blood pressure is all essentially that the heart is not working properly due to lack of blood control, lack of blood flow, right? High blood pressure is essentially that the heart is not working well. Your blood pressure is raising high. So that means your heart have to pump extra harder to get all the blood to all the organs to work properly. You get what I'm saying? So start there. Understand the organs. Understand what you and your family have to eat to be able to optimize those organs.
Yeah. Also, like men, we got to understand that we are extreme. I mean, you should be, but like men are very influential in our families' lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what we say matters, how we feel matters. And like imagine if you were having these conversations with your partner about eating better, doing things to feel better, doing things to make sure that y'all living the best quality life that y'all can, right? Imagine having these conversations with your partner, and then just because you excited about living a better life and you excited about living a more healthy quality life, she gets excited by that too. And then when she gets excited by that too, you know, she starts thinking about this when she going down the aisle pushing that cart in the grocery store. You're like, you know what, me and my man, we was just talking about, I think we're going to stop eating this and we're going to switch it to this, you know? Like imagine how powerful that is in your family dynamic. And let's say your girl, she likes to cook and she's cooking the majority of the meals for your families, or at least like she packing the lunches for the kids or whatever like that. So imagine, that's why it's so important for you as a man, empower yourself, because when you empower yourself, you pour that empowerment into your wife. And when you pour that empowerment into your wife, she pours it into the kids. And it traces all the way back to you as a man. Just you making sure you want it better for yourself, it creates a domino effect. Now your whole family moving differently.
You know, if I see a married couple and the wife or the husband is overweight, something is wrong here. There's a lack of leadership there. Because the thing is this, man. I have seen a dad where he was obese. He is obese. And his son became obese too. But his son was eating the same foods that his dad was eating.
Of course it was.
From the Chinese food, the spare ribs, just fast food, bro. Just fast food. And I remember one time, it's like, it just shows a lot. And it goes back to how everything trickles down. Everything is supposed to be reflected in the household, right? Because, again, children are only exposed to what you introduce them to. You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter loves mango. She takes the mango sea moss. I give her sea moss. She takes it. And we're talking about a 7-month-year-old. So what's the excuse, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, the family is supposed to depict, you know, not being like the normal. Right? For instance, have you ever seen a man breathing very heavy?
Yeah, for sure.
Breathing
Sometimes
heavy.
you can just hear people breathing.
Breathing heavy, right? Sitting down, right? All right, cool. It's too much pressure on their heart. They are a walking, ticking bomb. And we don't say anything. But if somebody was bleeding out, we call 911. We just be like, hey, sir, ma'am, I think you need to go to the doctor. But you know what? I'm not going to go into that topic because until you get into that, we're going to get into that.
But I like that you was even starting that, because it's like, again, we always focusing on the things seen. We know, always ignore the things unseen. You get what I'm saying? We don't know what that, when we hear somebody, bro, it's, everybody know what it's like to be around somebody breathing heavy as hell. Like we ain't even did nothing. We ain't did nothing. But you breathing hard as hell, you know? And it's because the things unseen inside of that person's body struggling to do an effortless task, to just be. Your body's struggling to be.
And your body, your heart pumps at least 2,000 gallons of blood a day, pumping day and night to keep you alive.
Wow.
The heart is very vital, bro.
Yeah.
Without it, of course, you're gone.
Yeah.
That's why in this nation, matter of fact, do you want to know the amount of people worldwide that have obesity?
How many?
890 million people. 890 people.
800 million people, bro, is I can't even conceptualize.
And here in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here in America.
Yeah. That's what a majority of them at.
1 in 4 men are dealing with obesity. That's a lot of people. Obesity is on a rise in the nation, bro.
Whether you're the type of man who see yourself as a leader or not, what you do in your house and your family dynamic is influential. You know what I mean? And it's like you just touched on something a minute ago. It's like if a father is obese, then there's a great chance that his children will be obese too. And like I think about these type of things and I ask myself, like, as a parent, you know how you feel in your body. You know, as a person who deals with or has dealt with anxiety before, I know what it feels like to be in a room full of people and seemingly I'm chilling, I'm here with y'all, but internally I'm feeling very uncomfortable. You know what I mean? I'm actually trying to self-soothe to figure out what can I do to de-escalate this feeling inside of me. So I say that just to set the table. We know when we feel something wrong in our bodies. Mm-hmm. And as a parent, my question to you is like, how could you influence your child to make the same decisions that you've made when you don't even feel safe in your own body, knowing that you're leading them to get to the exact same place,
or even worse?
So,
for instance, like sad situation. I remember it was a woman, 31 years old, dealing with colon cancer, stage 3. She said to me and my wife, hey, all my life, she said, all my life, my mom never cooked for me. So we used to eat dinner tables. And she said, I don't cook. And I give the same to her daughter. And daughter is really young. Like you said, how can you sit there as a parent being sick? You don't know better. But you know something
you don't
wrong.
Feel good,
you know you don't feel good. And you're going to do it to them. That's bad parenting.
That's bad parent.
If you as a parent, that's hitting the needle. I'm gonna say it. If you as a parent is feeding your children the wrong foods, knowing it's causing someone in your family who died from a chronic illness, you are doing bad parenting. Horrible. Feed your children the foods that God created so they could get nourishment for their bodies.
Yeah.
Come on now, the cycle must end.
Yeah.
There's numerous of resources out there that tells you that certain foods are not good for them. Fast foods, refined carbohydrates, such as pizza, white bread, right? Pretzels, refined sugar, white sugar, brown sugar. Brown sugar is not healthy. It's just molasses on white sugar. And they paint it as something healthier.
I thought, wait. Hold on. I thought that white sugar was bleached. And I thought brown sugar was like the way it naturally actually comes out. I don't even know how they make sugar, but I thought that it was like the healthier option. It's not?
Man. Let me tell you some healthier sweeteners. You ready?
Agave.
Agave could be a little tricky because it can spike the blood sugar levels. So you have to use that in
can't have nothing.
moderation. No, but you can use honey.
Oh,
and you can use monk fruit sugar.
Okay.
It doesn't spike the blood sugar levels like agave.
Where I'm gonna get that though?
Oh, monk fruit sugar. You can go to Whole Foods.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't too far out the way.
No, it ain't too far out the way.
Okay.
One click of a button, add to your cart. Just like when people go to Uber Eats and they order their fried chicken and and chicken sandwich. One click of a button away.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Listen, using honey as a replacement for sugar, it might feel crazy at first, which it really shouldn't, because realistically, the sugar is the actual crazy part, but it's a part of our norm, which is why we're so messed up. But I've replaced sugar with honey before and was very surprised to still like the meal. And it tastes different. it's not as like dramatic. That's the thing. Our taste buds are like, we don't even know what normal is anymore, because it's like we think normal is, I need it to be like busting out the bando with flavor. It's like, you don't. You know what I mean? Like, what's more natural is a more subtle feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's natural. But we've been finessed this whole time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. I like how you speak on the leadership, how bad foods could affect leadership.
For sure.
And how, as a parent, you know that you don't feel well, but you're given the same foods that cause you not to feed well.
For sure.
And this is a serious thing, bro.
For sure.
And I know it's about to get crazy from here.
Now it's about to get crazy, because another thing I want to talk to you about is I don't think people understand how what you choose to eat has a direct correlation on how you spend your money. I don't think people realize that. You know, like a lot of the time when we at work and we made lunch already for the day, but then you eat the lunch and then it's like, okay, I feel like I need something more. Going outside of the budget, you know what I mean? Because a lot of us in society, you know, we're dealing with a very limited amount of bread. You know what I mean? We got to make the most with what we got. And oftentimes we know that giving into our impulses is going outside of the plan for our finances. We know that. But it's like, just let me go get let me get a little extra burger. Let me go get some pizza. Let me go get some this. Let me go get some that.
You said extra?
Extra.
I'm going to read a scripture.
Okay.
I'm going to read a scripture. It's coming from Proverbs chapter 25.
Okay, that boy had that
verse
scripture
28. All right?
Had that scripture ready.
It says,
man of God.
It says, a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. So what does that mean? Let's picture it in our body for health, right? You ready prepare a lunch already. Let's say a healthy lunch, like a salad.
Yeah.
Some falafel.
Hold on. Can you say that scripture one more?
Because
I really want people to like really let that resonate with that. Say it slow so they can, you know what I mean?
All right, I'm going to say it slow. A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls.
A city without walls. Imagine living in a house without walls, y'all. Just, if you ain't get it, get that.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right. A house without any doors.
No doors. No gates.
Just imagine having your own kingdom with no fortress, no walls, no protection.
Yeah, no gates.
So the same thing for your health. When you have lack of self-control, and by eating foods that you know that's not good for you, or going outside the budget, knowing that you prepared a healthier meal and going and buying some fast food, that means your body's open to anything over time. Oh, you know, I'm just going to eat whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm going to die anyway. Okay.
I done heard people
Diabetes
say that
come. They come through the door. Stroke, come through the door. Cancer, come through the door. High cholesterol, come through the door. Hypertension, come through the door. It's a serious thing.
Come right through the door. Didn't even need to ask for like, I'm just walking right in.
And like, yo, I'm not going to, look, come on, bro. I'm going to be real with you. Even if you do eat healthy, you still have to have self-control.
Of course.
Because like I said, if there's my wife and I and my daughter at home, and let's say I buy a whole watermelon and I eat it in one day, that's lack of self-control. Yeah. I could have, bro, a watermelon, you could spread that for a week.
I know I do. And one is gluttony too.
Yeah, it's gluttony.
It's gluttony. It's no need.
It's no need. So it's not only about eating unhealthy foods now. It's about eating healthy foods. Everything you're supposed to do is have at least some self-control. Yeah. But it's something I want to touch on.
Okay.
Don't take moderation and tie it to unhealthy foods. You just have to cut it off. Because something going on, some weird thinking where you have to, you know what, I'm just going to eat it once. You know, I'm eating it in moderation. But now the thing is this, right? That moderation or that balance become a habit, bro. Let's be real, man.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way you telling me, look here, you're going to eat Monday through Sunday meat, no fruits, no hydration. Monday through Sunday, fast food. Monday through Sunday, heavy carbs. Monday through Sunday, coffee. Monday through Sunday, energy drinks. But you know, yo, you only live once. Just moderation. Like, I ain't die. Nobody ain't die. My grandfather's doing this. My grandmother's doing this. So they're good. But you don't know what their insides look like.
Well, hold on. So let me ask you this. So when you talking about moderation, you're saying that you saying don't even play with moderation because it's not going to be moderate. Like, is that what you're saying? Because
that's what I'm saying. It's a cover up.
Because
I heard it a lot, bro.
Okay, because I personally feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might give in a little bit, give me a little slice of pizza. You know what I mean? It don't mean that I'm just going to be like, let me just start eating pizza every day now, though. You know what I mean? But that has happened, though, too. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so I was like vegan for a couple years. So it was a lot of stuff I wasn't having, you know what I mean? So then it's like you start to implement things, you start getting back into your old ways. Why? Because I got more experience doing that than the new thing I was trying to get on. So then I get a slice of pizza. It's like, okay, that was cool. But then it's like, it makes me more, it's like they say, like a gateway drug, you know what I mean? It make me more open to the idea of getting it again, but I'm not eating pizza every day though.
Right. So
or good. A whole box.
So to the viewer so that's good, right? So no, not saying that's good. That to the viewer who's eating the pizza. I'm not condemning you or criticizing you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, the whole premises of like my message is that incorporate more healthy changes into your lifestyle. Healthy eating into your lifestyle. Because you say, hey, having a one slice here and there, do you know the health benefits of pizza? I'll wait. The whole thing of the teaching is this, that I teach and preach about is this. Whatever you eat, make sure it's nourishment to your body.
To your body, yeah.
So if anybody want to debate and disagree, okay. So you're telling me the food that's on your plate right now, if you're watching this, or the food that you ate earlier for lunch or last night, what's the health benefits for it? People like to throw away protein. Okay. Protein, right? How long did it take you to digest that meat that you ate? Did you at least incorporate, some veggies on your plate? I always tell people this, if you're going to have like a piece of chicken or beef on your plate, right? Make sure your plate has more greens. More greens, because you don't need to eat more. You don't need to eat like you're at a graveyard, man. You need to eat like more like a garden. Your body is not a morgue, right? So that's what I say. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not beating on anybody who want to do that once and twice, but
into that mic.
I'm not beating anybody who want to have their pizza or they slice pizza once or twice, but answer this question. What is the health benefits of eating pizza?
But you got to think, like, we're talking about one slice.
Imagine a pie.
That's 300 calories. And the nutritional value is not even taking you that far. Like, when you think about, listen, food, to me, food are drugs. And the thing that gets you high in the weed is not the leaf, it's the chemical inside the leaf, right? So you think about the food, it's the chemical inside the food that goes into your body and it gives you focus, it gives you energy, it allows you to not to be hangry, it allows you to have a good night rest, you know what I mean? So it's like a drug. And in this one slice of pizza, 300 calories, and it's not even really doing nothing for you. The only benefit that you're really getting from it, and bro, and I love pizza, you know what I mean? But it's like the only benefit it's really doing for you is it tastes good. So it's all up here. It's all taste bud. But once it get up inside of here, it don't help you push things along. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like it's really a bad drug if you want to be real. It's not a good high. It's not a good high versus if 300 calories, what else could I have done with 300 calories? You know what I mean? I could have, within 300 calories, I could have had
quinoa.
Something. I could have had some. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You could have some nice quinoa with some chickpeas, cucumbers, arugula.
They ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah. They ain't trying to hear that.
They ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, but at the same time, over time, you're not going to get a bad diagnosis. Over time, you're not going to be taking medications for the rest of your life.
Come on.
Remember, we're not. You're not. Listen, man. The flesh is something very tricky and is very full of deception.
Come on.
Your heart will deceive you.
Come on.
Your heart will deceive you.
Come on.
Think about it, bro. Speaking about emotions and lack of intelligence and lack of not being a steward of your body well. It was a story where the Popeyes chicken sandwich came out. A man shot another man, killed another man for skipping him in line,
Bro,
that he was angry.
Think about that, bro.
So you lost your life over something that's already gonna kill you over time?
Or let me add on top of that. Then you think about like Black Friday's sales, which I don't really hear about that as much anymore.
Yeah.
But Black Friday sales, like people is like waiting for the millisecond that the doors open up, stepping on people, trampling people, fighting over flat screen TVs. And it's like, you might think that like the value of the deal is so good that's why they acting like that. It's like some of these same people, bro, got fucked up bodies. What they're eating, it's become their lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? It's like who they are is actually hidden underneath their actions.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And again, like, because what we're talking about right now, we're talking about how eating better, people don't understand how what you eat reflects on your finances. It's like when you become if you're an impulsive person in America,
it was showing different parts of your life.
Bro, you're not safe. You know what I mean? And it's like we living in this world where the enemy shows up in so many forms outside of ourselves as we moving and grooving through this thing we call life in the earth. And it's like, why would you also make yourself part of the thing that's trying to stop you when almost everything outside of you is trying to stop you?
Remember, the Bible says that the devil comes to steal, kill, and what?
Man.
Destroy.
Man. No, for nothing else. He ain't trying to do nothing less than that.
Yeah.
Kill.
Steal. And
destroy. You understand? And what's the best way of doing that? Like it's a book, and I reference this book a lot, called How to Outwit the Devil by Napoleon Hill.
Oh yeah, bro. That dude is cold, bro.
Amazing book.
Yo, that dude is cold. I know he's a good author because Riches.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, no. He's fast.
Who?
Napoleon Hill. He made a song about something with riches, bro.
He made a song.
No, not song. A book. He has a book, man.
I said Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's Robert Kiyosaki. I mean, Think and Grow Rich.
Yes.
That's yeah. Think and Grow Rich. Yeah, and listen, this book, I listened to it on audio on YouTube. It's free. You know what I mean? It's been out long enough. You know, this book was actually banned for a long time. Wow. It wasn't allowed to be in mainstream consumption. And what the book is about, it's about a man and he's interviewing the devil and he's asking Satan to explain to him how he does what he does. And one of the things that he asked him is like, how do you get people to do the things that you do? How do you get people to hurt each other? How do you get people to make these bad decisions? How do you get people to sign up for things that willingly hurt themselves? And the devil tell him, I can't make nobody do nothing. You get what I'm saying? All I do is I offer the opportunity and you do it. You get what I'm saying? And so what we don't understand is that a lot of the time, the things that we like is that contract with the devil. You get what I'm saying? It is you signing up to partake in your own demise. And just because we're not dying today, we don't realize it. You get what I'm saying? We don't realize it. But it's like, bro, when I was a shorty, I would eat a whole box of pizza. A whole box. It'd be me and my mans, and it's fun to us. You know what I mean? It's like a competition. It's like, yo, like how much can you eat? You know what I mean? It's like we gonna go to Little Caesars, get the little $5 whatever. Little Caesars, get the little $5 box of pizza. It's like $5. It's like, yo, it's another thing we don't think. We be thinking that like because something is affordable that we winning. No, you losing. You don't even realize the finesse. It's like, yo, if it's too good to be true, it is. If it feels too good to be true, it's a $5 box of pizza. What do you think that means about the ingredients that it took them nothing to make it?
You know, the thing is, we have people here walking around with the most drip.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what they call it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The biggest drip.
For sure. Look real good. Real nice.
But their health is poor.
Mm-hmm.
Their health is really poor.
Mm-hmm.
But the person who eats healthy, the person who have self-control, is no way that they can fall into a trap of illusion in a sense of like, again, there's people that dress nice. They take care of their dog. They take care.
Oh, they're going to take care of the dog.
Yeah, they're going to take care of the cars. They're going to take care of the house. But their health is messed up, bro.
Yeah.
Their health is messed up. Remember, the sick rich man, right? He wants what the poor man has. You know what that is? Health. He don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
If he even has that. A lot of the time, and you know, and this is not to condemn nobody. This is not to demonize nobody, put nobody down. But a lot of the time we don't realize that the reason why we don't have impulse control is because the foods in our body are so addictive that they're controlling us. You know what I mean? You literally have like parasites or there are chemicals that are in your body that are sending signals to your brain like, give us sugar. You know what I mean? Give us salt.
Late at night,
you know what I mean? Middle of the day. And it's like a lot of us, we got a certain budget structure that we got to follow if we want to make it through the 2 weeks, because a lot of us is living paycheck to paycheck, but it's hard to survive and get out of that. Like a lot of the time, bro, if you're not in a situation in your life where you know how to make more money, you got to create more space within the money that you have today.
That's facts.
You get what I'm saying? And one of the only ways you can, because that's something you can do about your life right now. You know what I mean? Like maybe you don't have the knowledge as far as like, how can I make more money? Maybe you don't know that right now. Maybe you don't got your hand on the business. Maybe you're not a business owner. But what you can do is for sure is, you know, you allocating some of that bread to that alcohol. You know, you allocating some of that bread to weed. And you know, you allocating some of that bread to some other foods that, bro, I went to the grocery store the other day. I spent like $57, bro. I got sweet potatoes, I got quinoa, I got turkey, I got broccoli, and some other things. You know what I mean? Like, it don't gotta be that difficult. Why? Because I understand, like, while I might not be in a place to add a couple $100 to my bank account right now, what I can do is I can make sure that I'm not spending unnecessary money when I don't have to, by controlling my impulses. And listen, you're talking to somebody who gives into them sometimes. So I know I can speak on it because I know how I feel. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So essentially, you know, people spend money on what they want to spend money on.
Mm-hmm.
It's called priority management.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So, you know, when people say, "Oh, this, that, and the third," like it costs too much to eat healthy. It's too expensive to be healthy. Yo, when you smile, you know what you're doing? You're regulating your blood pressure. Smiling is good for your heart. And guess how much that costs? For free.
It's free.
For free. For free.
For free.
For free. That's a click. For free. You get what I'm saying? And then plus, if you think about it as well, even if you walk outside for a mile,
oh yeah,
that's good for your heart health.
Oh yeah, that'll do wonders.
Bro, and you know the thing is this, bro? Like you saying, you can go to the supermarket, like Food Bazaar supermarket. You get some good healthy stuff there on the low for budget.
For sure.
Or you can go on Amazon and get things for bulk on the budget.
For sure.
Remember, there's sources like YouTube, Google, where you can learn how to make these dishes.
For sure.
It's just that people want to make excuses to stick to what they only know.
It's nothing you can't learn. And also part of the reason why people, so a lot of the time when you making excuses, right? Because like you're saying, there's recipes, there's wholesale things you can get to like make your money work to your benefit. There's things you can do. But a lot of the reason why people they find themselves continuing to make excuses and not proving with their actions. I want to say this the right certain kind of way. A lot of the time, the reasons why people are not doing the things that they know are better for them is because of the influence of the food that the food has on your body. You get what I'm saying? Like, the foods that you're eating are suppressing your power. You know what I mean? It's suppressing your creativity. It's suppressing you. It's literally holding you down. It's stopping you from reaching something that's really right there, bro. A lot of the time, the thing, like one of my favorite lines from a rapper that I love, his name is Radimus. He said the top is walking distance. You just scared to make the first step or something like that. The top is walking distance. You get what I'm saying? Like, the place that you think you're trying to get to is so much closer than you actually think. But the reason why you can't get there is because through your own actions. Because what Napoleon Hill says about outwitting the devil, you're negotiating with something you think is worth it, but then look what it's doing to you though. It's lowering your inhibitions and it's stopping you from doing what works best for you. It could be so simple. You could change your life in a matter of 30 days and never go back.
Look, let me show you an example. My wife and I helped someone because of the grace of God, right? We help her. The first step of healing, you have to detox, and then you have to revitalize the body with herbs, right? So what we did was we had her on a colon cleanse. She ate fruits and veggies for 4 days. Next thing, she started drinking sarsaparilla tea every day with no sweetener. And then she just started eating plant-based. And from there, she's off of high blood pressure meds and off of iron pills. A homeboy of mine, because glory be to God, thank God. And I don't know nothing. I give all things to God. All wisdom come from him. It's a guy that I know, a brother in Christ who's dealing with asthma. I told him, look, drink cayenne pepper tea day and night. A pinch of cayenne pepper inside of hot water, no sweetener. He texted me yesterday, he said in 2 days he haven't used his pump.
Wow.
And how much it costs to get cayenne pepper.
Wow.
How much it costs to get water. How much it costs to get a change, to do a change about yourself, bro. Yeah. My uncle told me can't is not in the dictionary. You have a choice. You literally have a choice, bro. It's serious.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, it's serious, bro. And listen, we talking about something that's serious. We can talk about something that's real serious. A lot of time as men, we go through things and we deal with it in private because we ashamed. Because we embarrassed. You get what I'm saying? A lot of things that we struggling with, we want to ask somebody for help. You know, we want to talk to our mans. We want to see, like, you ever been through this? You ever experienced this? But we ashamed, we embarrassed. So what we do, we just keep it in while also not doing anything to change it. And one of them things that men be going through a lot, but they don't really talk about, is erectile dysfunction. They don't know how to get their mans up. And this is another part about leadership. Because effectively, I know you're speaking from it from the divine order of how God ordained relationships. Effectively, though, how can you really show up to be a leader in your family dynamic when your partner is not happy, when your partner is not satisfied? Because there's many things that we need to have functioning relationships and life quality, time, good conversations, good day, all these things, right? But also there's intimacy. And if somebody is not feeling satisfied from the intimacy, then how can you expect? Because that means somebody hungry. I mean, somebody's going without. I mean, somebody is not fulfilled in a way that you should want to fulfill them. And so I just want to, because I know it's some men that's going through that in secret, and this might be the only time they ever really get to have that conversation without even having to say a word and hearing two people speak on it. So I just need people to understand, like, bruh, if you having issues showing up in that way when it's time to be intimate with your partner, it's the food, brother.
Okay.
It's the food.
So you say you got to press the needle. I say this is slapping somebody in the back of the head because it's going to hurt. ED, between 30 and 50 million men. You hear me? With ED, between 30 and 50 million men in the United States of America are dealing with it. Now, what are the causes behind it? Obesity. Obesity, someone who's obese, a man who's obese deals with poor circulation.
Come on.
Poor blood circulation.
Come on.
Then you also have people with high cholesterol, heart disease. These things contribute to ED.
Blood flow, once again.
Poor blood flow.
But hold on, let me ask you this. What about the skinny niggas? What about the people who not obese?
Okay. It's what you put into your food. Your testosterone levels are very low.
It's the same thing. It don't matter if you're obese or skinny.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And being skinny doesn't make you healthy.
Right.
It
Come
doesn't.
on.
It does not.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, bro, a lot of husbands take pride in that, in satisfying their wife.
Yeah.
But their wife probably won't say anything, right? And this is the problem as a man, right? If she, as a husband, if she not satisfied but you satisfied, something is wrong.
Something wrong, bro.
Right?
And you're going to find out if you don't know now. You're going to find out later.
Right. And you got to be able to, that husband have to be able to look at himself and be like, you know what? Why? I got to take care of my health.
Yeah.
And there are God-given herbs given to husbands for us to help us with endurance. That being sarsaparilla. There's algae in the ocean called Cronus crispus. There's an African aphrodisiac herb called yahombi. Right? There is, oh man, the list goes on. What
about moringa? Moringa good?
Moringa is good in calcium for bone health.
Okay.
But one that's good for sexual health for husbands, then you have strong back.
Ashwagandha? Okay. I'm gonna let you. Yeah, go ahead.
You have Cheney root. You have Cronus crispus. You have sarsaparilla. You have Cheney root, right? And even goes down to the fruits. You have mango. That's good for sexual health. Watermelon is good for sexual health as well. And these are the things, husbands, you need to write notes on to really meditate on, because remember, the satisfaction is not only for you.
Right.
And for the men out there who are dealing with obesity, high cholesterol,
right,
or even diabetes, because diabetes causes the blood to thicken. So that means it's poor blood circulation. So one should look at themselves and watch this video and be like, you know what? I'm going to let go of pride and ego and go ahead and invest in my health. Invest in my health.
Because it's either that, bro, or you just keep rocking with the honey packs. It's like, imagine like, you got two scenarios. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me get your opinion on this. Okay, so you got a guy. He know he getting ready to lay the game down. He about to go handle some business. You got a guy, he getting ready to handle some business. But he's not confident because he's a little worried. He's a little worried because he's not sure if he's gonna be able to deliver in the way that he wants to.
Right.
Right? He got two options. He could stop at the bodega. He could stop at the deli. Go get him a honey pack or whatever, the rhino pill, whatever they got. Or he could eat some foods or a holistic way. What's the holistic substitute to the honey pack?
Well, remember,
it's happening that night.
Right. So you remember, I have to use the analogy of the divine order of the husband and wife, Yazid. So in that situation, that husband, what he needs to do, I highly recommend that he take some Cheney root.
Okay.
Right? It's an herb that's very strong in iron, very high in iron, to be able to help with blood flow, for him to drink that. And then he will be able to receive the blood flow that he needs. That's it.
Yeah.
Because with all that worry, your blood pressure go up and your blood circulation is not doing well. So it's a mental thing as well.
It's a mental thing as well.
So it's mental, and you have to implement the herbs. You have like I said, you could prepare some Cheney root, right? Some Cheney root tea, some sarsaparilla tea. You get what I'm saying? And you'll be able to get that rush. You definitely would be able to get that rush.
Yeah.
Right? But however, use it in moderation, because too much of those herbs can, like for instance, I remember one time I was experimenting. So I discovered about Yahumbi. So I combined Yahumbi with yellow dock root, and I believe sarsaparilla in a tall coffee mug. And I was just drinking it for health. And I put too much Yahumbi bark, and I started to shake. And somebody told me, no, you don't supposed to put that much. And research said you don't supposed to use that much amount because it can raise your blood pressure. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
These things are very good for you, but it has its effects if you use too much of it.
Do you know about any side effects to people using stuff like the honey pack and stuff like that?
I haven't done research on that.
Okay.
I haven't done research on it. But like Viagra, if you hear a commercial on the end and say, hey, can cause serious heart problems, then you should stay
side effects.
You should stay far away from it.
It's crazy, bro, because it's like we do again, shortcuts, convenience.
It's a saying in Jamaica, shortcut draw blood. Let me share a story with you. I remember in Jamaica as a kid, long time ago. All right,
not that clear.
Long time ago as a kid, it was this neighbor, whatever, I had a crush on her. And I came inside. My dad didn't play. I always have to shower in the evening. And I ate and I rushed outside. And instead of walking around a puddle of water because it was raining, I jumped over. When I jumped over, I scraped my knee and I came in. He said, yo, what happened? I said, yeah, I jumped. He said, you see, shortcut, draw blood. So sometimes we think shortcuts in life is the best things for us, but it's not.
That's real.
And some may happen right there and then of the negative effect, or later on the line. Goes along with eating unhealthy. Shortcut, draw blood. And I definitely bled that day.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. I think that's one of the most important lessons that I've learned as a man, especially in the studio, like you're dealing with technology and stuff like that. Like the more you understand something, the more you understand what's possible. And so as I work here longer, I like, oh, I could just do this instead. Like I know there's a way I was trained to do this, but I could just do this. And it happens way faster. Up until the point where that works temporarily, but then a lot of time with shortcuts, it's like what was a temporary fix becomes undone. And then it's like, once it becomes undone, now it's even harder to fix it the second time because you messed it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's like shortcuts make life harder for you. The easiest way to do it is the first time. You know what I mean? Do it the right way the first time and it don't become a burden for you later. You know what I mean? I got to be like an African proverb to explain that or something like that.
Yeah.
That gave us the Caribbean.
Yeah, shortcut draw blood. Yeah.
Shortcut draw blood. But listen, one of the things me and you, so we was on the phone, we was talking about this outline. You know what I mean? And we was trading back thoughts, trading back ideas. You know what I mean? Everything was clicking, everything was flowing. And you said something, bro, that I never heard before. Blew my mind. Because the last thing we were just talking about is like men not understanding that if you want to be a leader, it's like hard to do that with your wife when you're dealing with erectile dysfunction. You can't show up, right? And then you dropped a bomb on me, and you said something like, "Hold on, I kind of wrote it down, but I want you to say it." But you basically were saying, "Oh, nah, this is what we were saying. This is what we were saying." Also, when it comes to leadership, men not understanding that pornography is getting in the way of your leadership, and not understanding that certain foods don't make it easier for you to fight the temptation, the lustful temptation to indulge in pornography, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men don't understand that. You know what I mean? It's like, as a man, you need your focus. You got to be sharp because from your focus come manifestation. You know what I mean? From your focus come the good that you do in the earth, the legacy that you leave behind. But it's hard to do that when you dividing your focus that could be used on creation with pornography. Because one thing people don't understand about pornography steals time. It's a time stealer. It comes to claim time away that you could be investing in something to be fruitful. You know, it says somewhere in the Bible, judge them by their fruit. You know what I mean? It's like, you're not even, that's time you could be dedicating to so many things, right? And so we was talking about the right foods that'll give you the strength to say no to these impulses, say no to these carnal desires like pornography. And then we start talking about masturbation. And then you dropped the bomb on me and you were saying a lot of men don't think about how not practicing semen retention is a form of abortion for men.
Okay. Pornography, if you guys don't know, it's a very sinful thing to watch. Christ said, if a man lusts after a woman in his heart, he have committed adultery. And it plagues your mind because a man may see, or a woman may see another man in a way, the way how they saw that actor on that film. So it destroys the mind. It robs your mind. It defiles your body. I'm against abortion, right? And, you know, the thing is men tend to look down on women who are doing abortion, right? And I don't look down on women, right? But at the same time, you ever thought about when you masturbate and you spill your seed on the sheets or the blankets? That's life. Because remember, what do you need for sperm? Blood. And what's blood? Life. And that sperm is to use what? It's the first stage to go into an egg to create, you know, this human being in different stages, right? So I say be careful because you are killing that life as too, man. When you're masturbating that night or whatever day, it's still wrong. So you're still in the same bird, you're still in the same plane as a woman who is in the act of abortion. You have committed abortion too, my friend, because you were selfish enough to have your own pleasure, lack of self-control. So you say, you know what? Pornography come in, lust come in, adultery in the heart come in, and you have acted a certain act that caused you to destroy what was supposed to be put into a wife. Because that's an important life that's supposed to come to this earth that God could be able to use.
So are you saying that the same repercussions that the Bible tells about abortion, we always thinking about in the aspect of women, but are you saying that those same things apply to men who essentially they get their nut off without doing it in the way that God originally designed it, which is to create life,
right,
outside of marriage,
right? Yeah. So it's in a way, like we gotta look at it in a certain way. Like, for instance, bro, like we can't point the finger at somebody else knowing that it's the same act, bro. It's the same act. It's just not marketed that way. It's not. It's not. It's you know.
Bro. That is crazy.
Yeah, it's a form. Masturbating is a form of abortion. So if you're watching this, you may feel like it's wrong, but that's ego and pride trying to fight against what's wrong. You get what I'm saying? The truth is not a sin, but it's offensive. It's not a sin to say the truth, but it's offensive. But such is life. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm not going to hear and promote any sexual immorality. Let's be equal here. The same time when you get mad at someone if they murder somebody, right? But did you murder somebody in your heart? You're a murderer too. You got to think about it that way. The same time when people, look how many men probably made fun of that guy who was caught on the screen with another.
Yeah.
But behind closed doors, did you look at that woman walking past the street or while scrolling? You did the same act he did, but except for it was in a different form of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they gonna kill you for that one, bro. They gonna kill you for that one on the internet, because I've never heard nobody say that, and I think it's difficult for men to conceptualize, like, so you mean to tell me that I can't even take care of myself without now thinking, because men think men don't think, like, when you think about abortion, it's like it's easy to put it on the woman. It's easy, you know what I mean? Because you think about it's this whole thing where it's like they got to go to the doctor, you know what I mean? Not easy for them, you know what I mean? It's like they got to go to the doctor, they got to get this procedure done. But as a man, it's like, you know how often men is masturbating, bro? Men is masturbating like several times a day, like it's like, so it's like to think about like having an abortion every single time I'm not planting this seed in the proper garden. That's a tough pill.
It was made to create life with one wife. It wasn't made for your own self-gratification, for pleasure, because you just kill the seed.
Yeah, that's speechless on that one, to be honest with you. And I'm really interested in hearing what like people think when they hear that. But before we get out of here, bro, we got some things we got on the table for the people that's listening on audio. Come over to the YouTube, check us out, man. You got some things on the table right here. You brought some products. Please tell me what is even going on. Like, look, you got a blonde afro on the table. Like, what's
all right? So
what is this?
So, I strongly believe that God created medicine on our feet, and He also created, how can I say it? Medicine in the ocean, right? He created everything. So this algae right here is called Glaciellaria, right? It's a different form of algae, right? And it's very high in iron, which is good for blood flow. Now, you have right here sea moss gel. I actually tested the sea moss that actually is in this particular jar.
Wait, that's also sea moss, right?
Yeah, this is also sea moss, but it's a different algae.
Okay, cool.
Right? So with this particular algae that I got from St. Lucia, I tested it and it was high in potassium. Do you know what potassium is good for?
No, I don't.
Potassium helps you after a strenuous workout to reduce soreness. Yes, to reduce soreness, right? And as well, it has magnesium, which helps to regulate your heartbeat. So I tested the algae in the dry form, right? Then, right here, we have the iron builder, right? As we know that sarsaparilla, the reason why I'm calling it iron builder, because sarsaparilla is known to build iron, which supports blood health, energy, and healthy hair, healthy skin, and healthy nails. Then I have here called Healthy Him, which helps men to enhance their energy and focus. Look, man, take charge of your health now. You're the leader of your household. So come on now. And you want to have better health? Not only living better healthy for yourself, but for your family. I got right here. So, Healthy Him, it helps with, enhancing focus, strengthening the immune system, strengthening your blood flow, right? So, yeah.
And can I say, I've been taking Healthy Him. My brother gifted me some. And this is like, I haven't got this many compliments about my skin glowing in a long time. You know what I mean? Like, I had mad people telling me like, yo, your skin glowing. I got people I'm on FaceTime with telling me that my skin glowing. They're not even looking at me in person. You know what I mean? But I got people, I work at the studio. I deal with clients every day. I'm seeing like 50 people a day. You know what I mean? And people are giving me these compliments. And the only thing I could really trace it back to is the fact that I had just started implementing this. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes like, the progress shows up in ways that you don't even notice, but that's great when people can on the outside looking in and they notice something that's different. You know what I mean? So it's yeah, and I felt great. So it's definitely doing what it needs to do.
I'm telling you, bro, we have to be great stewards of our health. By you taking Healthy Him, your brain is saying, thank you for feeding me. By you taking Healthy Him, your blood is saying, wow, thank you. So I can be able to flow to different parts of the organs, right? To make sure that everything is living right. By you taking Healthy Him, your brain is saying, wow, I needed that. I don't need another crash. I don't need another energy drink. Trust me.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Healthy Him.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Nah, this is dope, bro. All right. So, you know, this episode is for the guys. The intention is to talk to the men who want to be leaders. You know, I'm a man who aspires to be a leader. I don't have a family, but one day, you know, I hope that I will be the leader of a family. I want to be a husband. I want to be a father. You know what I mean? And just that title alone is leadership. But it doesn't mean that you're being good at leadership. And it doesn't mean that you're leading your family in the best place, you know? And I think that as a man, there's no true riches in life you can actually have above the quality of your family. You know what I'm saying? If you're not leading your family somewhere where they're better than you found them, especially your wife, then are you really doing your job as a man? That's questionable. You know what I mean? That's questionable. And so this episode is to kind of just get people thinking, you know, and get people thinking and understanding that just you making that quick run to get you a chopped cheese, you making that quick run to get McDonald's, is not as quick and innocent as you think. You know what I mean? These things have compounding effects. And hopefully throughout this episode, this will help you just gain some of your control back, bro. You know what I mean? Because truth be told, we all know we can be better. We're aware of a higher version of ourselves that we can aspire to, but that's not gonna ever come to us, bro. It's never just gonna, we never just gonna become the great man we know that we could be while doing the same shit that we're doing. We have to aspire to do better, and that starts in our actions. That starts in our daily lifestyle. So that's what this episode was about. Thank you for coming here, bro.
Most
Thank you for
anytime, man.
you know, bringing gifts and like promoting your products to the people, bro. And yeah, man, where can people find you?
All right, you can find me at The Real Giovanni D. Henry. And my wife and I business page is called Faith and Roots. So you could definitely check it out. And just remember, I just want to say one more last thing. Remind you, when you take care of your temple, you're honoring the one who created your temple. Invest in your health now, so later on, you don't have to invest in hospital bills. God bless.
God bless. You already know, whenever I'm working, I will remember done is better than perfect. And if I'm satisfied with my work, then that does mean that I'm living in my purpose. It's the Halfway Up Podcast. We out of here. Peace.